Your planet was seeded by brass axe industries roughly 100,000 years ago.
It's one of the most powerful dynasties in the universe. There are 3 primary heirs. The oldest is Belem. He's the one that controls this planet and wants you dead.
Douglas, set in space and Chicago.
Yeah.
That old chestnut.
Yes.
But I kept seeing bits of London in there.
Yes, we shot at the Natural History Museum. There's some really beautiful locations because they wanted to use like kind of a lot of Gothic themes in their design of their spaceships and stuff like that. So we shot my wedding scene at Ely Cathedral. You know, when they were initially designing these spaceships, they kind of went and turned cathedrals on their head. They inverted them. They were just kind of trying to create interesting shapes, and you know, they really wanted to kind of create something visually that people hadn't seen before.
So how much of it was real and how much of it was sound stages?
We pretty much took over the whole of Leavesden, which is one of the biggest studios in the world, where they shot all the Harry Potter movies, and Warner Brothers studio. And we had most stages running at once. They'd build massive interiors, but then obviously, you know, everything that we were interacting with mostly was real. But there were some of those big green screen scenes where you're literally just running along in green and they're adding everything later, and you know.
Parts of London feel really spacey.
Yeah.
For me, it's top deck front seat of a bus.
Yeah.
And the DLR, which I like to pretend that I actually drive.
Okay.
Have you ever done that?
I've never pretended that I'm driving it.
You're
no.
missing out.
Am I? Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. But sometimes I just look at the world around me, especially London parts of it, the modern parts, and you think, just take yourself back even 50 years or even 10 years. Sometimes you look at this, you think, people, if they were just standing here, they would literally think they're in the future.
You should have told me the truth about why you wanted her.
That planet